Stefan here from Catching Dinner. Allison's behind the camera. We're here in the beautiful Bahamas. We just came back from a nice shore dive. Really just a few hundred yards. Really shallow water, crystal clear, fish everywhere, and two beautiful conch. Two queen conch. And as beautiful as those shells are, I kid you not, what's inside is even more beautiful, especially to the palate. Conch is my absolute favorite. If you've never had it, you have to try it. The meat is sweet, especially in the one recipe we're gonna show you. We fry it up and it's just to die for. And the other way, we're gonna show you the traditional Bahamian way of doing it, which is basically a conch ceviche. And it's gonna be awesome. So come along. I'm gonna show you how to process them and how to turn them to two beautiful meals. 2 for 1 today. So we'll see you in the kitchen. So we made it back to our place. And as you saw, we definitely conquered on our quest to find a couple conchs for dinner. So that's one of them. I'm gonna show you how to process it. Now, it's very easy, but you do have to follow a few of my instructions. Otherwise, you're gonna be going in circles trying to get this critter out. So let me show you. So yeah, it's in there, you know, foot's right here. Now, that's where you gotta pay attention. So you have lines of spines, so of bumps, however you want to call it. So that's the first one, that's the second one, and that's the third one. So between the second and the third, that's where you do have to make a hole, so you can slide your butter knife or knife to cut it off, you know, cut the critter off so you can actually pull it out. But if you're not in the right spot, guess what? It's not gonna come out. So let me show you. Now, on these trips, I don't bring a lot of tools, but I bring my hammer. Now, this is a very small hammer, considering most people that do this professionally, they'll use a big masonry hammer and go to town, but that's a lot of gear. So everything that I do is minimalistic. Even my knife, you know, I could use a big bladed knife, but that takes space, weight, you know, we're traveling here. So that's my hammer, handy dandy hammer. And as you can see, it's been through a few conch rodeos. It's pretty wore out, but guess what? Still get her done. So let me show you. Now, here's another tip. You do not want to do that inside because it's going to get a little messy in a minute. So just keep that in mind. You want to be somewhere where you could easily hose it off. So that's what we're doing here. So like I said, now the other thing is you don't just start banging away between the second and third. You got to be more on the side of where the lip is. So right here where my hammer is, that's where you want to be. Create an opening right in here. If you're too far out here, it's not going to come free. So you got to be right there. So let me show you. Right here, that's where you want to be. 1, 2, 3, right there, closer to the lip. I'm already through. Just going to make it a little bit wider. Hey, it takes a few more bangs with the smaller hammer. Guess what? I'm on vacation, so. What's a few more taps? Yeah, that's it. So now this is open. I don't know if you can see right here. So I'm gonna take a butter knife. You don't need anything too sharp here. You just need to get in there. And again, you want to free it up. And as soon as you go in, you can see that's the critter right here. Once I get some of the shell pieces off, you see that piece right here? That's the critter. And to free it up, you just slide your knife, butter knife, that's what I like to use, just kind of underneath it. Start sliding a little bit along the shell. And then you'll see, as you go a little bit at an angle, you'll feel when you're into it so you can actually cut that section free. Yeah, there you go. So that's that. So you should be ready. You see here? All you have to do is pull on the foot and it should come right off. You see it's still a little...
Oh, got her.
Got her, yeah. So see how easy? You just have to be in the right spot. So that's the meat here, the whole section that's white. Now, that's the conch. Now this little translucent thing here that's pretty clear is actually, some people call it the piston, the Weidemann, whatever you want to call it. As I pull it out, it should come right along. Hey, look at that. Whew. And you see this? It's basically a gummy bear, but a Viagra gummy bear. Here in the Bahamas, they claim that this is basically equivalent to them Viagra pill. Now, not that I need it, but I'll take all the help I can get. So here we go. It's basically like a salty gummy bear in a, you know, little tube. So I'm all about natural remedies. Can't hurt. That's why I tell myself. Let's get to work. So it does help to have a cutting board. Now, the way I do it, again, there's many ways. I bring a small knife. So people with bigger knives might take care of it differently, but the foot is definitely got to go. So you try to cut close to it so you don't lose meat, you know. And then all this scrap here you don't need, so you can just cut around the collar right there. And then you just make sure again you don't cut into the meat, and the meat is pretty firm, so you will know. So hey, gets a little messy, but now you have the eyes. That's got to go. And that little section of the foot too. So there we go. So here we go. And I'm gonna cut it in pieces. So if there's any white meat like this, you know, I'm definitely gonna use. Now what I like to do, I just find it easier. Where it all meets, where you see the collar change right here, you know, from the collar, I cut it so it makes it easier after, I find. Now for this, we can just cut this little chunk. Now the next part is the stomach. So you can actually feel right in here. It's pretty soft. There's a soft spot. You got to clean that out. So you create a little channel in here. See that? That's what I'm talking about. That's got to go. So you just, you know, take your time. And you don't want to take too much off so the meat gets ruined. But it's super easy really. Once you follow those simple steps. That's it. Yeah. Just trim that little channel. Make sure there's nothing left in there. We're good. Okay. So yeah. So now we want to remove the skin. So here, you know, anything that looks very thick, you know, like this gotta go, you know, this brown stuff. So basically you just gotta get skinning. Just like that. Because yeah, you're not gonna eat any of that. That's the meat right here. All this is meat. It's a lot of meat on a mature conch, you know. So I'm just picking up the little pieces here, what people will call trash, and I'm saving it in this little baggie here, because that's dynamite for attracting fish. Fish do love conch. We're not the only ones. And if you use that for an attractant, or even for bait, if you're fishing, I'm spear fishing here, so I'm not going to put it on the tip of my spear, but obviously if you have a hook and line type of deal, just put it on there. You'll be catching fish non-stop, because snappers, you name it, and I mean, a lot of fish will go for this. But to use it as an attractant in the water works pretty good, so definitely save it. So that's that. Now, that's the one I just showed you. That's the meat. And then I did another one before. This I'm going to save and show you later how I process it for making those strips that we're going to fry with the batter. But here, I'm going to get a little bit bigger knife, and I'm going to start to show you how to make little pieces with it. I'll be right back. Alright, now we rinsed it. It's ready to go for the next step, which is basically finally chopping it for the ceviche. So, you know, however you want to do it, you could actually come across this way. Careful, and you don't cut yourself. So then it'll be easier. You don't have to chop as many times if you can create a few little lines, especially that thicker section, you know. And then you just get chopping.
Stefan finished processing the conch. We cut it up into very fine chunks. And this right here is the main ingredient of our conch salad. But I want to tell you what other ingredients that we have as well. So, tomato diced into small little chunks. We have green and a little bit of yellow pepper. You can just do green or whatever color you want. We have diced onion. We have some orange. We have some lime. And it's not traditional, but a lot of people like to add either mango or pineapple to their ceviche, their conch salad. I like to add mango, so I cut up some mango to add at the end. That's up to you. If you love mango, try it, put it in. If you don't love mango, you can leave that out. Either way, your salad's going to be delicious. So I'm just going to add the conch to my mixing bowl. Now, to that conch, we're going to add our tomato. And then we're going to add our peppers. And really, there's no set amount of each. You want to do it by eye. You want to have a little bit more tomato than you do peppers. Conch, you want to be the main ingredient, so you want to make sure you have plenty of that. You know, the more the merrier. So I think we can use it all. And onion. How much onion you use depends on how much you like onion. If you don't want too strong onion flavor, use less. If you love onion and you want more, you can put a little more.
Another twist on this, some people will use jalapeno peppers, give it a little kick, you know, so you can just slice those as, like the other peppers, and you'll end up with spicier.
We did want to do that, but I could not find a jalapeno pepper or any hot pepper on this whole entire island. We went to 3 different stores.
Pretty crazy.
So I might just add some crushed red pepper because I do like it spicy, or I might add some of our hot sauce. That would work too.
Yeah, sure. I mean, anything that's got a kick to it.
So at this point, we have our conch, we have our peppers, we have our tomato. Now, basically, we're just going to start squeezing some orange.
Just make sure you don't put any seeds in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yum. Freshly squeezed orange.
It's already calling my name.
Oh, yeah. We swam up in appetite, too, so we're both pretty hungry.
That's the thing with making these videos, you know. It takes a little bit longer, and we do get pretty hungry by the time it's, you know, time to eat.
All right, that's enough orange.
I call it showtime.
Now we're going to add some lime. Fresh squeezed lime. Plenty of that. There's a pit right there. I'm going to pull it out.
So it's almost ready. I mean, this is almost the last step. We're just going to add a little salt and mix it up. But yeah,
and then I'm going to add the mango at the end.
Now the importance of the lime and the orange is actually to help basically, in a way, cook. That's what ceviche is. Basically denature the protein of the conch. So that's why it's important to use it. And it adds a great flavor to it, obviously. That's what ceviche is. So yeah, don't be shy with that. That creates a bit of a gravy, you know, when it all comes together. It's going to be pretty awesome. And the last ingredient, a little salt. Just, you know, a little bit. We're using Himalayan sea salt, pink.
All right, I just dished it out. I made a bowl for Stefan. And then into mine. I love mango in there, like I said, so I added some mango. And I'm also sad that I couldn't find those hot peppers, so I'm going to add some of this Island AB hot sauce. So, here we go. I like a kick, so I'm just going to add some of that hot sauce, and the hot with the sweet, with the citrus, with the sweet conch. I am just so excited to try this.
Well, there you go. Go for it.
Mmm.
It's almost refreshing, you know, a nice salad like that.
It's very refreshing. Mmm. The flavors of this salad you just cannot beat.
Well, my turn with the traditional conch salad. So, hey. Perfect consistency.
Yeah.
If you make those chunks too big, it could be a little chewy. But the way we did it, you don't want them too small either. You want some consistency along with the vegetables and all. But it is amazing. As Allison said, it's refreshing. It's perfect for the islands. You're a little warm. A little meal like that is just can't be beat, really.
The orange, the lime, the citrus flavor on top of that sweet conch with the peppers and the onion and the tomato. It's just bursting with flavor.
Yeah.
It's cold, it's refreshing, it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's definitely a recipe that you have to try.
Now we're enjoying our nice ceviche here. But tonight we're going to do that fried conch. So that's coming up next on the video. So stay tuned. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm glad you stuck around. Right now I'm going to show you our favorite way of frying up the conch. So that's the piece of conch I chose for that. And before we go any further here, I'm just going to tenderize it. It makes it better. It's just nothing worse than having a piece that's a little chewy. So I'm just gonna use what I can here. Just this, I don't have a mallet, you know, tenderizing mallet, so I'm gonna use this. Just gonna put something on top so it doesn't go flying. And once you start pounding it, you'll know right away when it's ready. It'll just have that softer feel to it. You don't want to overdo it, obviously. We'll flip it, do it again. And I can tell as I hit it, it's got a different feel to it. But yeah, that's perfect now. So when I touch it, nice and soft, just like a piece of chicken. Chicken of the sea right here. Now next up, I'm just gonna slice it in half. And again, we're gonna make some nice little strips with it. That's good bite size, you know, for frying up. That's it. Those are the pieces we're gonna use. And on the side note, we're actually conducting a little experiment here. So we'll be frying some other queen conch here, and this is actually a different kind of conch. We're doing a taste test, so if you're interested, check that video. It's basically baby conch versus queen conch. See if there's even a difference.
All right, we're gonna prepare the conch, and I have here a lightly beaten egg, and I have my panko, to which I added a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some crushed red pepper like Stefan said, and I even added some parsley. So there she is. We're just going to dip a conch in the egg, give it a little egg bath, throw it in the panko, put some of that on there.
Pretty awesome.
Wowzers, it looks good. Put it to the plate, and we're going to repeat until we have all of these conch prepped.
Ready to go in frying pan.
Yeah. My mouth was already watering, but watching you squeeze that lemon on,
Yeah, no, that's good.
I guarantee you it's watering even more.
Little cocktail sauce here. Here we are. Wow. We've been eating so well here in the Bahamas. I mean,
We cannot lie.
you cannot lie. I mean, we've been eating very well. If you've been following us, I mean, this just kind of tops it off.
Nothing beats fried conch,
Nah.
especially when it's in front of you on your plate and you get to put it in your mouth.
Wow. My absolute favorite seafood by a long shot. There's something to this conch. The meat is sweet. The texture is just perfect. The way we did it, just perfect. Just this made the trip worthwhile to the Bahamas, in my opinion. If that doesn't sound crazy, but hey, we went out in this beautiful reef, dove in some crystal clear water, life everywhere, cut those beautiful conch, brought them back, made those 2 recipes, and as much as that ceviche was out of this world, this, you can't beat it. I mean, it is that good, and you know, you can't really get it like that in restaurants, so you do have to go and catch your own, do it this way. You tell me what you think, but this is something special. You know, everybody's got different taste buds, but for me, this is my absolute favorite, and I can't just have it every day, you know. It's only when I come to the Bahamas, or actually we've gotten some too when we go to the Grand Cayman. You can harvest them there too, but there's only very few places that you can actually do that, and I'm glad that, you know, there's still enough for people to harvest their own, because it is such a special thing to do. So hey, until next time, you guys take care. Thanks for coming along. We really appreciate it. Hope to see you again on our next adventure of catching dinner. We're out.
And the
Eating
conch
well.
is almost gone too. So it's a wrap.
Yeah. Come on.
So good.
Good to the last piece. And that's all I have to say about that, as good old Forrest would say. Wow.
You mean you didn't save me the last piece? Oh no. It's gone.
Not sure what's going on, but He's trying to get cooler or something. Or trying to get attention. He must be attention starved. But either way, we have no idea whose dog it is. But back to the conch.